wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab.
Hey, everybody.
That's Dalitha. I'm Travis. Leopold's on her lap.
Leopold.
And it is Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Night Smackdown.
Smoke it down.
Give it a little smack.
Give us the breaking news, Travis. Hurry quick before anybody else does.
Paige's contract runs out on July 7th, and she will be a free agent.
And she's not going to be with WWE anymore. She said so.
So her name will be Sarai.
Or whatever her name is. Saraya,
whatever.
That's what it was.
Nobody cares.
Oh, it looks like they're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Nobody
Baton Rouge,
cares.
Louisiana. We have Walter in the chat. Hey, Walter. We also have Luke with us. Hey, Luke. You and Jade feeling better, hopefully. Walter is with us, as I just said. And Phil is with us. Hey.
So we do get a Lacey Evans fight tonight. She's wrestling Xia Li, which kind of irritates me, but.
Oh, good. Can't wait
And that is for a Ladder in the Bank qualifying match. And then we have
Oh.
Sheamus and Drew Mack, and that is for a Ladder in the Bank qualifying match.
Huh.
And then, of course, we have the ex-Walter, his name is Gunther now, going up against Ricochet for that Intercontinental Championship. That's happening tonight also.
Ooh, Gunther. Oh, do you think he's going to win it? You think he's going to be the new Intercontinental Champion?
It'd be weird if they didn't put it on him.
They're going to let Ricochet... Hey,
But
no, Leopold.
I feel like if it was on Gunther, they could actually not main event, but they could...
Leopold, no. Sorry, he's trying to jump up on the routers. So either grab him or spray him or... Leopold. Come here. Come here. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Anyway, so if they put it on him, then what?
Then they can actually put it on pay-per-views.
Ah, yes.
Where I don't think Ricochet has that drawing power.
Right? Rawr. Which is weird, but, I mean, he kind of does. I mean, he does have a pretty good following, but...
Does he?
I guess people seem to like him in our chat.
Well,
I mean, they like him. That's enough people. Walter's like, hey, Travis and Dalitha Smackdown tonight. And Luke says, yo, Travis, Dalitha and Trav, hello, chat. Or hi, Dalitha and Trav. Walter says, hey, Luke. Film says, hello, Wrestling Gab. And it looks like
do it go dark?
Brutus Brangleberries in the back is attacking Drew McIntyre, who is not excited about it. Do you need to be locked out of the room again?
I'd rather him be in here than mess with my computer out there. It's downloading Windows 11.
Oh.
Not that I doubt there's any typing, but he might agree to something. And then I might have my lips tied to somebody else's butt.
That's not good.
I've heard of that.
Apple does that a lot.
Yeah, it's in
That's
their...
why I refuse to have Apple products.
It's in their agreement.
Mm-hmm. It looks like we got Drew McIntyre coming down. Who's he going up against? You said
Sheamus.
Okay,
Yes,
Sheamus.
I did. Sheamus.
You can't eat that. I don't care what you think. You can't eat me either. Stop it. No. No.
I feel like that success rate has plummeted of late. 85% success rate if you win Money in the Bank to cashing it in and becoming champion. Used to be 100%. And then I'm pretty sure John Cena didn't do it once. Damian Sandow, I think it was, didn't do it once. And obviously Otis didn't do it, but they gave it to Miz and he did do it. So they might count that.
Maybe. Yeah. I guess. Could count it. Walter says, hey, kitten. And Phil's like, hello, Wrestling Gap. Happy Friday. Big hugs, big heart. Walter says, Riddle for the win tonight. Is Riddle in a match tonight?
It looked like he was doing something with Sami. They were explaining it when we were first getting on. And
Yeah, but I don't think he was having a match. It sounded like their match was going to be next Friday, the way they made it sound.
hey,
But,
who knows?
I don't know. Film says, I am ready for another episode of Friday Night Smackdown. Woo. Luke says, I'm getting there and feeling better. Jade has been having to do all the chores last couple of days. I'm sorry, that sucks. Daz Reynolds is in the chat. Hi, Daz. How's it going, man? He says, hi, how are you both doing? Any news on Roman? Haven't heard anything about Roman.
Nothing exciting. I mean, he's probably going to be wrestling Riddle here pretty soon for the title.
Yeah. Walter says Lacey Evans will wrestle her first match on SmackDown. Chief Detective Martha's in the chat giving us some French fries. Lots of them.
Yummy.
Three things of French
Are
fries.
they like McDonald's French fries, though?
They look like McDonald's French fries.
Okay, then we're good.
Walter's like Drew Mac for the win. Vindicator says, top of the evening to you, Travis.
Hello.
Are you feeling as happy as any Scotsman with a sword who has wrestled an Irishman for the 100th time in however many days in 2022?
Yes.
It's the best I can do. Probably sounds like poop.
You sound like a pirate. But,
Exactly.
But it's
Sophie
all good.
says, your thoughts on Roman not wrestling at Money in the Bank now?
No problem with it at all.
Should he? I mean, he's a champion, and the Money in the Bank is to win a contract to go after the championship. So
Right. So if he had a match, people would speculate that they were going to cash in at that time.
Mm-hmm.
This way, it keeps that speculation out. It makes us concentrate more on the matches. It looks like SummerSlam he's going to be wrestling Randy Orton. So therefore, whoever wins, and if Drew wins this match, it'll probably be Drew McIntyre.
of course.
He can cash in at SummerSlam or Clash of the Castles or whatever. Clash
Right.
of the Castle.
So this is an actual spot to be able to be in the Money in the Bank?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what we're watching
So
right now.
this is very important.
This is a very important match.
Sophie was in the chat and already said that
But,
one.
you know, it's one of those things. When a babyface wins Money in the Bank, you very rarely see him cash in like a dramatic fashion.
Right.
It does happen, like Big E did it not too long ago. But it's not as cool.
Mm-hmm.
Usually what babyfaces do, and if it's Drew McIntyre, what he'll do is challenge him. Like, he'll come out and say, I want to challenge you at Clash of the Castle.
Oh, yeah.
And here's my Money in the Bank. You know?
Right.
One, oh, no. Sheamus kicked out immediately.
Kicked out by Sheamus. Vindicator says, oh, hi, Dalitha. Hi, Luke. You two are here, too. Unfortunately
clubbering.
for you. Poor guy. Looks like, and of course, Vin brings the complaints at the start of SmackDown. So he's like, SummerSlam will be the first pay-per-view Roman will defend his championship since he won it at Mania. Looks like Sami versus Riddle. If Sami wins, Riddle is off SmackDown. If Riddle wins, Riddle gets a shot at Roman. Is this something that Sami ran by the whatever?
Who knows what happened? But that's
people of tables.
that makes
and
sense. We're
whatnot?
gonna see it on SmackDown. Riddle and
Riddle and Roman.
Roman.
Yeah. Walter's like, Butch is like Hornswoggle. He wants to fight. LOL.
He's a little shorter than Hornswoggle, but still very, very talented. Just kidding. He's not shorter than Hornswoggle.
Are you
They
sure?
look eye to eye.
Looks like Sophie does start. Ravi's in the chat. Hey, Ravi says hello to you all. Hello, sir. Sophie says at this point, let Drew beat Roman for one of the championships. And Luna is in the chat. Hey,
Ew.
Luna says, Sophie, no spoilers! No spoilers!
I would rather not see Roman lose a title to Drew McIntyre.
Ugh, right?
We saw Drew be champion, and I know it was through the pandemic, but it was so boring.
It was bad. It was so bad.
It was one of the worst title reigns ever. It was as bad as Asuka's, but it was also at the same time.
Yeah.
And so they weren't doing a lot. They were just like, hey, go out there and wrestle.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot going on. There was no fans. Not that the fans really mattered, but at the same time, it was. Ugh. I think what the pandemic taught us is that WWE can manipulate us with crowd noise.
Yes. It did teach a lot of people that. That's for sure.
I mean, when you got in there, because I did it. I was on there. I was live. They tell you who to cheer for and who not to cheer for. Let's get some big boos. Give them some big boos. All right, let's hear your favorite cheer, you know. Give them a thumbs up. Give them a thumbs up. It's like, I don't want to give Lacey Evans a thumbs up. Or, you know, whoever.
Well, Lacey was kind of a thumbs up at that point, but
Well,
but I don't think. Oh no,
I'm
she
just
was really
saying,
going
don't
through a
tell
lot
me
of
who
it.
I have to cheer for.
Right. Okay, they're back. Okay. Trivia question real quick. Which Intercontinental Champion was tied up by Dean Ambrose and forced into signing a match? Which Intercontinental Champion was tied up by Dean Ambrose and forced into signing a match?
Who did John Moxley tie up in WWE?
Vindicator says, I wouldn't feel like a true Wrestling Gab chat without the persistent complaints, Luke. Gotta stay true to form. Liv would approve, you know. I was like, blessing to us all, more like with Roman. Vindicator says, it wouldn't feel like a true. It wouldn't. Oh, okay. It wouldn't. Looks like meh, Ben. Sophie says Roman was going to wrestle at Money in the Bank when it was at that bigger stadium in Vegas before moving it. And Vindicator says, ha ha, look out, Luke. He is too used to me by now, so unimpressed. Sophie says, if we are going to get Roman versus Riddle, we are going to get it on a random episode of SmackDown before SummerSlam instead of Money in the Bank.
Fact. Yeah, it's definitely not pay-per-view worthy.
I feel that Roman isn't pay-per-view worthy at all anymore.
Well, I like Roman. It's the Riddle part. And Riddle's not bad. He's just kind of blah. He can be funny, but he was better when he had Randy around.
Right.
So he's kind of dropped the ball since Randy hasn't been around. And I thought that they were going to push him as a singles guy, but maybe they're going to be like,
you suck ball.
this guy can't float.
This guy can't do it by himself. No. No, I know there's a fly. There's a fly. There's a fly. I know there's a fly.
He's got murder mittens.
I just don't want him trying to jump at the TV trying to get the said fly.
Ooh, it's a lot of human.
Vindicator says, so Travis, how long do you think they will drag out this build-up, the eventual Drew versus Roman rehash for the title?
A Clash of the Castle would be my guess. And I don't know how long they'll draw it out. There's a couple big pay-per-views towards the end of the year, and that's it. I think after November 5th, there's really no more big pay-per-views until day one.
That's crazy.
I mean, obviously we have Survivor Series, but that's not big.
Right.
It used to be a big four, but there's no way people can consider it a big four anymore.
It doesn't feel like it.
I think Money in the Bank took it over. Well, it's dumb. I mean, it's like a novelty, but wrestling's a novelty in its own.
Right.
So what good is it to have another novelty?
True.
But it used to be badass, especially when they actually did the Survivor Series matches. But they don't do that anymore. Now they do champion versus champion. And I think that's what makes it so blah. And if you have Roman as both champions and the Usos as both champions, how the fuck can you do champion versus champion?
They can fight themselves. Like, make doppelgangers.
Right.
And have them fight themselves.
Right. Anyways, we do have a pretty good match going on in there. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Mm-hmm. Do we get to find out who the male model is? We do tonight, don't we?
Yes, I think tonight is the night that we get
Max
to...
Dupree.
He gets to tell us who it is. So he said, what was the point of giving Roman both championships if he was going to take most of the summer off?
It's fine. It makes the titles more important. I get it. Like, people like to see a champion on TV, but he's still on TV. We're going to see him. He's not taking the whole summer off. He's just not doing pay-per-views, which is fine.
We haven't really seen him on any of the brands, though, for the last few weeks either, so...
I just remember when Mike Tyson was heavyweight champion when I was a kid, I wanted to see him every weekend, right?
Right.
But it didn't make any sense. But you got to see him fight like 2 or 3 times a year. And they were big. It was huge. It was an event.
Right. Yeah.
If you literally got to see your favorite fighter fight once a month, I just don't know if it would be as exciting. You'd be like, who's he fighting this time? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying. It just is like, oh, God, it's him again. Ugh, I don't care if he has a title.
Like Israel and Asandra, right? So say he's your favorite fighter, but if he fought once a month, would you pay $60 to watch him fight?
No, not every month.
$75 now, right?
Yeah,
No. Like, because he would just be fighting whoever.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any big names or big people. It'd be
or you can go into boxing, say Tyson Fury, he just started fighting once a month. Well, there's only 3 top guys contenders right now. They can build some other ones up, but it's going to take a year or 2. But why would you pay to watch him fight the 10th ranked guy or the 12th ranked guy? It doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
So I don't mind having your champion wrestle 4 times a year. I feel like that's a good quality number for a heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Oh! That's like
That's
a white
big thing
noise.
happening off the top rope there.
1,
Or middle rope.
2. Sheamus kicks out.
He got up it. Well, it's like, good SmackDown. It looks like Sophie, stop talking like you know everything. Because you don't.
And I do. So boom,
People
with
in the
that
chat
attitude.
have already asked you to stop. Well, it's just like, come on, Drew, get the win. And Jones and your police Captain Cat is in the chat says, what the fuck is up with that PFP, Soph? Are those your hands? Vindicator says, come on, Walter, you got that trivia question in the bag. I never have any clue on many things in life, actually. And the answer to the trivia question was, I've got some bad news for you. Wade Barrett. The answer was Wade Barrett.
Oh, Wade. I didn't hear the question.
I read it twice.
That's fine. I wasn't listening.
That's okay.
Sheamus going to lose here?
Yes, no, yes, no. Looks, it's a good thing about recovering from being sick is Jade made homemade cheesy potato soup.
Oh, God, he landed right on his tailbone.
Yum. Yummy, yum. Soup. So he's like, Vince is working to sell his memoir. Whatever happened to that Roman Shinsuke feud that they hinted at a few times in the past few months?
I just don't think there's any interest in it. I mean, obviously you're interested in it, but I just don't think a lot of people were interested.
He's getting all pumped up. Sheamus.
And they can always revisit it. Whoa. Yeah, see how he dropped right on his tailbone?
Ouch.
Yeah, it looked painful.
Vindicator says, this is the summer of Leopold. So it says Survivor Series is happening sometime in November. Well, there's like, there's Leopold on screen.
Yeah, it actually has a date, by the way. It's already been announced. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Sophie says we are getting qualifying matches for Money in the Bank. What
Butch
are we
got
looking
into the
in?
ring.
Oh,
He got kicked right in the face, so that didn't last very long for him.
Sheamus got rid of Drew McIntyre out of there, though. So Vindicator has a question. He says, I'm pretty sure I've deleted this answer, but Travis, which title match would you be least excited for? Riddle versus Roman or Natalya versus Ronda?
Oh, fuck. Probably Natalya versus Ronda. But it'll look good because Natalya will carry Ronda.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll actually make Ronda look good. And obviously that's what they're doing.
Yep.
That's why they need Bayley back to have Bayley also challenge her.
Uh-huh.
So Bayley can carry her also if she decides to go to SmackDown.
It's a count of 7. They're both outside the ring.
Are they going to get a draw?
Oh, shit. What?
It's a double count out. So did both men make it or did both men lose?
What does that even mean? So both of them are in it?
That's what I'm saying. Are both in
God.
it or both out?
Oh, Jesus.
That hurt. That's what we're wondering. So if there's a draw in a qualifying match, when somebody draws, is it a double win or a double loss? I know in hockey it's 1 point, where a win's 2 points, but they actually have draws, and they count it as 1 point.
Right? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Has this ever happened before? I'm sure it has.
Yeah. Looks like so very high. They've been doing qualifying matches for Money in the Bank for years. So it's like already people are comparing this Roman Reigns schedule like a Brock one. And Luke says Natty versus Ronda sounds as F time at rumbling at numbing people at the drug fentanyl. LOL. As the drug fentanyl. As numbing people as the drug fentanyl. Is good as. Vindicator says, I bet Miss Dofi would be high roller in Vegas. Lady Luck, baby. Sophie says there has been years where they didn't have qualified matches. They pick random names out of the hat. Walter says, and the answer to trivia is, I got it out there. Looks like the only people comparing Roman to Brock are the people who whine about everything. Yeah, a long time ago, Sophie. Walter's like, oh, lost. And Vindicator says, yes, so I'm disqualified as a whiner. Bryce Pitts is in the chat, though. Hey, Bryce, how's it going? Here's a trivia question for you guys. Who defeated Seth Rollins to become the first WWE Universal Champion? Who defeated Seth Rollins to become
Oh.
the first WWE Universal Champion. Bryce said, hello guys, I'm here. How's your Friday coming along? Sophie says John Cena versus Mysterio rumored for SummerSlam. Walter says, is Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns taking time off? Maybe.
Ric Flair versus Vince McMahon.
Bryce says,
I read that one. That's what Vince wants.
Oh,
or not
God.
Vince, sorry. Flair wants
oh, Lord Pants.
for SummerSlam.
Jesus, what a dumbass.
Rick wants to wrestle Vince. Can
All
you
right,
imagine
sure.
that shit show?
I want to see Vince beat his ass and then say, guess who Becky's going to be again? The man, you little bitch.
I'll be like, you're more than welcome to come back.
Bryce,
As long as she can be the man.
right? Bryce says, honestly, I'm doing all right. Good, Bryce. I'm glad to hear that you're doing all right and that you're being honest about it. So many of us lie when we say it. Vindicator says, would not be surprising, Sophie, if it's McMahon's fever dream. I think it's Flair's fever dream, Ben, but sure. Looks like, oh crap, that chair just fell on Drew's face. Walter's like, DQ, and Sophie says, with him drunk being off, who knows how that affected future AEW plans. And Walter's like, oh, count out, oops. He's like, Sophie, are you determined to annoy people tonight? And Sophie's like, we don't know how many people are going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder matches. They keep changing the number every year. Natty versus Ronda sounds like a great nap time. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. Says Sophie is annoying. Sounds like I'm in the right chat. Walter's like, okay, at 9:30 p.m., I'm going to be here Monday for Raw 8 p.m. Still here in chat enjoying WWE. Walter says, hey, Ayla. And Ayla says, hi, Walter. And Luke says, Finn, you're the only whiner I like. Sophie is like, Finn Balor, Finn Balor, Finn Balor. And Vindicator says, Ayla bot has been programmed to show up at just the right time in every chat. It's stunning. I'd like to her designer. Meet her designer. Got it.
All right, these two are still just beating each other up on the outside. Butch is on
Drew's
McIntyre's
back.
back.
Oh my goodness.
I was just seeing if I could see Finley.
It's like a
Oh, God,
canker
he
sore.
dropped.
Oh Jesus.
I watched a fight today that was like that. It was pretty
Little
funny.
psychopath Butch just got dumped. The answer to the trivia was Finn Balor. If you guessed Finn Balor, you got it right.
Yes, it was definitely Finn Balor. He was the first ever champion. He dislocated his shoulder and had to forfeit it the next night. So he was never actually champion.
And then he went to NXT and we never saw him again. Is anything good?
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I have no idea.
The Cliff Notes. He was on the roster for a while when he came back, but he never became champion again.
And the downfall of Finn Balor.
Separated shoulder.
Separated shoulder.
It was so weird that they put the title on him in the first place. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Vince agreed to this? Finn Balor's like 5'2" on a great day.
That's funny.
And he beat Seth. I was like, maybe. We'll see where this goes. And it didn't go very far.
Well, it's because he hurt himself, so... Sophie says it looks like both Money in the Bank ladder matches are taking place at the same time, like the 2020 version. Walter says John Cena is coming back after his movies are done. Vindicator says meet her designer. Oh, read that. Ayla says top secret, Vin. And then she's like, Indigo busted my lip today right before work laughing. I'll send you a picture, Talitha.
It's pretty funny.
Is
So
it
hold
all
on. They're
stolen?
doing both women's and men's Money in the Bank matches at the same time.
I guess that's what Sophie's supposedly saying.
Huh, that'll be interesting.
That's going to be a lot of dumbness right there.
That shit was funny when they were in the building, because that's what she's talking about in 2020. Asuka's like in the elevator, like waiting to go up.
Yeah, that was actually
Ding.
pretty funny. They're all fighting and trying to get up somewhere, and she's just like, let's see. Walter's like, okay, draw. No one wins. Oh, yeah, no one wins? Is that what they said, Walter? So if it says maybe both guys are in the ladder match.
That's what I'm wondering.
I would
Either
think
that
so.
or neither of them are, and they'll do like a strap match. That would be pretty cool.
Walter said that no one wins. That's what he's going with.
Nobody wins.
It looks like, Sophie, where did you get your info about both matches happening at the same time? Because that is literally the opposite of what every reputable wrestler reporter is saying.
Well, it just
there
seems
you go.
weird that they could even pull it off. I guess they could have the men and the women in the same ring. That's the only part I don't understand is because they're actually in a small area. It's very small.
Yeah.
The MGM Grand isn't a big area.
Right?
So how
It's not like they have a whole building
Well,
like they did in Connecticut to play in.
Yeah, they can't do 2 freaking rings. Can you imagine putting 2 rings in the MGM Grand?
I know. Vinegar says, darn it, Ayla, I despise the confidential lifestyle, but on the positive side, I am humbled by your deal of approval. Walter's like, yes, got it. And Sophie says, I mean, they keep showing both briefcases next to each other.
Well,
they always do that, Sophie.
have.
Every year they show it. They show the briefcases in the
Ever
map.
since they added the women's briefcase, they show them up there together.
At the same time, always.
How would they do it? I mean, I guess before they would have the women's up there and then they'd have the men's. But it'd just make more sense to just have them both hanging there. Because then they don't have to have somebody on a ladder changing them between every episode, every match.
Yeah.
Anyways, they are showing a recap from Monday Night Raw when Seth came out, congratulated him, and then ended up attacking him from behind a little bit later on the ramp.
And said all these things and then beat him up. Like, oh, so proud and everything. And he's like, oh, really? That's really nice. And then he got him and attacked him.
And Cody is on his road to recovery. He's, 1 day out of surgery?
Oh, no. Seth's like, I don't care. I'm a sore loser, you bastard.
So he's about, 160 days away from being back if he went for 4 months. John Cena did it in 4 months. John Cena's a little bit different kind of a character, though, right?
Yeah. I think he uses things he shouldn't.
Yeah, he's a different type of monster.
Let's see. Film's like, hey, Vin, on the other live stream, did you get my question? And Ben's like, seal of approval, and geez, my typing skills suck tonight. So if he's like, last week marks 25 years of Michael Cole in WWE. Walter like, geez, that was a good fight. It was like, Reddit is the source of information. Looks like they have shown both cases above the ring for the past few years. So he says, with Cody out for most of the year, that stinks for the Raw roster.
Hey, there she is. Lacey Evans. She's a dime.
What with CM Drunk being out, we don't know how that affected AEW summer plans. And Vindicator says, so Travis, was Cody's chest discoloration a result of him bleeding on the inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's insane. He could even move, let alone wrestling in a cage like that. You notice he was very stiff on his right side there, right? He didn't really put his arm up. He didn't put any weight on his arm. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, when parts of your body aren't attached to other parts of your body, sometimes they don't work either. You know what I mean? Like, he probably couldn't do a bench press.
Oh, yeah. No way. He said Pat McAfee might not be going to Clash of the Castle for some reason.
She has her hair crimped.
Weird. It's like the 80s. The early 90s. What the fuck?
Oh, God. Me.
Oh, yeah, you tell him.
Oh, Jesus.
It was like, wait, then the most secretive person in chat hates confidential lifestyle laughing. So it's like, but with Roman not wrestling at Money in the Bank, one of the Money in the Bank matches will be the main event of the pay-per-view. Luke says Pat doesn't usually go with WWE overseas because he has his podcast and other shows he does. And Luke says, Sophie, you don't know that. Vindicator's like, Lacey looks hot.
Yes, she looks.
But I really hope her gimmick doesn't become more annoying. Bob's like, there's no spoilers here, guys. Lacey Evans is wearing long sleeves, very disappointed. Oh, honey, she only wearing long sleeves till she gets down to the ring, sweetheart. That's just a little jacket. Look, she's taking it off right now. Look, look, look. Look, look, film. She's got her armpits all over the place for you. She's even got her hips showing. Oh, there they are. There's the armpits for you. She even raised her arms just for you, my friend.
So these bodysuits were like my favorite thing about junior high. Like, every girl wore them back then. And some of the girls were developed, you know? Like, ah.
You're like, this is like heaven for me.
They didn't show
He's
hips.
like, if she doesn't talk, it's fine. It's fine. Lacey, just don't talk, honey. Travis is like, I'm in love.
I'm in love and I don't care who knows.
Oh, Luke's like, why the hell is Lacey looking like Tony Storm? Because she can, Luke. She can, okay? Just leave her alone. Well, there's like now Lacey Evans. It looks like her hair color and clothing style are eerily similar. So it was like, is she a face or a heel? I can't tell. Feels like,
I think
okay,
she
never
is
mind.
a
She's
heel,
taking it off.
but
Looks like, and Lacey has put on weight. Not an insult, just noticing it.
Luke, this is for you. She just had another baby. That's 2 babies. She carried 2 babies in her body. Her body's going to be different. So she's probably going to carry a little extra weight that she probably doesn't want people to point out. And it makes her hip spread just a little bit more with each baby.
right. She still looks good, by
She
the way.
looks fantabulous for having 2 babies.
You don't say for having 2 babies. She just looks fantastic as a woman.
She looks great having 2 babies and then go working her ass off to get her fucking shit in shape so that
Right.
she could come out there. So if she looks a little thicker than she did before, good for her. Good for her. All right, here's your trivia question for you. Which former WWE superstar was known as the Ultimate Opportunist? Which former WWE superstar was known as the Ultimate Opportunist? There you go. I'm from
Is he still
the
an
Ultimate
X?
Opportunist.
Is he still an X star? WWE star?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he's not a former WWE superstar anymore.
That's what I was wondering.
He is which WWE superstar was known as or is known as?
Right. That's what I was thinking.
It's old questions. What do you want? We haven't gotten with the fucking times. Film's like, it's armpit time. I love Lacey Evans' armpits. Oh, Walter's like, go Lacey for the win. She's nice now this year. Is she? Is she nice? Sophie's like, Bailey is coming back soon. Thank God. Both divisions need something since Sasha and Naomi walked out. And Charlotte, who knows when she is coming back.
She is going to take the summer off, I would assume. She might be back in time for SummerSlam, but I wouldn't assume to see her any earlier.
I wouldn't either.
But
Her
they
honey
might,
bunny was on Rampage, so
they
or
might
not
need
Rampage,
her
but
desperately also.
they might have to pay her some extra money to come back and say hello. Peter says, so Lacey gets a qualifying match only because the roster is so thin. Not because it's deserved, but whatever. She's a smoke show, so I will allow it. I don't know why they think people. It's weird. Sophie says, with the women's roster so thin, it is easy to tell who will be part of the women's Money in the Bank. Unless we get surprises and then we don't know.
You can kind of pull it out.
Sophie says, with Lacey, they keep going back and forth with her switching brands and with them not knowing if they want her as a face or heel. And they put her on SmackDown because they don't have any women. So that's why. Vindicator says Dalitha has a future in espionage with those covert whispering skills. Surprising for someone with a big, boisterous voice. LOL. Film says Lacey Evans for the win.
Right.
And Sophie says when Cody was put on the shelf, the WWE should call Roman to somehow change his schedule right away. Yes, that's exactly what they should do. Putting people on the shelf, and Roman should change his schedule for all of that. Because of it. All that good stuff. Film's like, Vin, did you get my question from the last Wrestling Gap stream? And Sophie's like, wasn't Lacey on Raw for a day before moving her back to SmackDown? So, yes. So, when Lacey came back, Sophie, she was going to be on Raw, and that's how they set up her character. But,
that's an important
because of
you can get it removed,
said people,
but
you know,
not if you want to be an athlete.
said people leaving or whatever, right? That made it so it wasn't possible. So, they had to have some women on SmackDown, and Fox isn't going to put up with them not having them. So
I'm not worried about now, but eventually, hopefully, she'll want to play
Luke
softball.
says yes,
and hang out
Sophie.
with
Sophie,
friends,
you
so,
know she
I know
was.
what you're saying.
The answer to
If
the
she doesn't
trivia
do it.
question was Edge. If you guessed Edge, you got it right. We're back from our commercial break, guys. We're just talking about Money in the Bank, how far away it is. It's 3 weeks. 4th of July weekend, Money in the Bank. who's going to qualify from the women's side. So I guess this is a Money in the Bank qualifying match as well. Lacey Evans versus Xia Li. Lacey Evans is already out there, as we know, and Xia Li is now coming down. She gets a moon and some clouds for her stuff. How exciting. So if it's like they confirmed nobody won that qualifying match.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Wait and see.
Walter was correct.
Alright.
Walter says, yes, got it. And Matthew says, oh my fucking God, thank God she got rid of that CGI shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Who, Matthew? Who got rid of the CGI shit?
I actually went to the same appointment when I was at her exact age.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
she still has her lightning. Vindicator says they announced Xia Li as being from Chongqing, China. For some reason, that sounds offensive.
How is the bruise doing?
So he says, so we are getting Hill versus Hill. Matthew says the CCP outs taking over America. I'm done. Hi, y'all. Okay. I don't know what that means. But hi, Matthew. How's it going? Conspiracy theories. All right. This match has started. Lacey Evans and Xia Li. And they're locked up in the middle of the ring.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Xia Li's trying her hardest, but she's a little tiny lady, so this might be interesting. Because I'm pretty sure Lacey is like 5 feet taller than her.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. Xia Li trying to ruin the dream of Lacey
Lacey's
Evans.
like, my boob's falling out.
Nobody's going to complain. Both of these ladies are built very well.
Yes, that's true.
Neither are hard on the eyes. Xia Li actually was a bigger girl. Like, if you look at her amateur stuff, she's kind of a heavy lady.
Huh.
But I think she went into bodybuilding a little bit and just changed her diet and her nutrition plan, and now she is what she looks like. She looks good.
Yeah. Well, I was like, go, Lacey, win this. And Sophie's like, is Travis okay? He seems quiet. And as Ayla answered, he's on the phone. You blind, Sophie? Yeah, he was on the phone talking, guys. So, yeah. Picola's in the chat, though. Hey, Picola. How's it going, my man? Says, do you look great today? Oh, thank you so much. Is it the blue? Is it the blue? It was like, win this, Lacey, for Walter. So it was like, wow, what a boring match so far. And Picola's like, hope y'all had a good week. Anything fun for this weekend? UFC.
There's UFC pay-per-view tomorrow.
That's about it. I don't know if anything else is fun. I guess there could be other fun things, but I don't know what they are.
Nobody knows.
She's waking up. She's working it. She might win it, but I don't know.
Lacey's just too much woman for Xia Li.
Poor Xia Li.
And
She's
this
like,
sucks because she had an
no.
opportunity. It's over, by the way. And it's like she had an opportunity to be something
Xia Li?
when she first came up.
Yeah.
It would have worked, and then they just stopped.
Yeah, I don't know why they
They
do
hit the
that
break.
with
They
some
did
of
it with
their
all of
stuff.
them.
Yeah.
At least Toni Storm had an opportunity, right? She went for Flair,
Yeah.
but she gave up quick because she didn't like the pressure. But Xia Li, and then Shotzi Blackheart, and then there was the other girl that was with Shotzi that they ended up cutting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The Australian girl.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She was Australian?
I think
Dakota
so.
Kai, or no, it's the other one. I always got them mixed up.
Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox.
Yeah. The knee problem girl.
Yeah. Big right hand, is that her new finisher? I guess that was always her finisher, wasn't it? The right hand.
Yeah. The women's right. Oh, it's always
Uh-huh.
been her finisher. So she kept her finisher and didn't change anything.
So
there.
Lacey Evans has qualified.
Looks like LOL. Looks like Sophie. The match just started and now it's over. Walter's like, Dalitha, how's your daughter doing? Is she 100%?
No,
Well, she's not really.
she's not, but she doesn't want to go to her appointment tonight. That's what that was about. She's supposed to get an MRI, but she says that her knee's fine. So That's what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, she just wants to go out. It's a Friday night, and her appointment was at 8:30.
Tonight? Holy crap. That's
Like,
late.
Who would set a 16-year-old's appointment on a Friday night at 8:30?
Weirdo.
Like,
people
I
do.
would, I'll just go party.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Just put it for another day. I don't want to do it.
So Lacey Evans has made it. Now here is Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Whatever her name is. That
Rowdy.
lady.
Rowdy.
Matthew's like, T-Rex just said hard on the eyes. Vinegar's like, so fans don't feel too sure who to cheer. There are no real hills in the Xia Li versus Lacey match. Film says, Vin, did you get my question by any chance? And Matthew says, Lacey has a huge wedgie. And Film's like, hey, Matthew. Chief Detective Bartha says, oh, this is in the deep south in Louisiana. Yeah, it's in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. Old Baton Rouge. I was like, Lacey won, yes, USA, USA.
Walter, that is completely inappropriate. Are you xenophobic?
Walter. I'm ashamed.
I'm pretty sure that's
I am ashamed I read that. I mean, Lacey won, yes, but the other part,
I mean, if they're going to go that route, they could, by the way. Make her, like,
she's from the US.
the right-hand man of, China's emperor.
Put her in lockdown. Just kidding. Sophie says it's funny. I should laugh at my own jokes. But it was funny.
You're like Seth Rogen.
Laughing at my own jokes.
Right. That's why I can't stand the guy.
It
He
was
says
funny.
something funny, he's like,
It's not like you were listening, so it doesn't matter. What did I say?
Are you talking about the Xia Li stuff?
Uh-huh.
Just, Walter's not supposed to say that. And
I
you're
said they
ashamed
should
that
put her in lockdown.
Oh.
See, you didn't hear my joke.
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Also xenophobic.
Phil says, man, I can't. That is not being xenophobic. That's just what they're doing to other people. And I don't find it right. Man, I can't wait for the 4th of July weekend. And Picola says she's like if Lita and Sergeant Slaughter had a baby.
Right.
Matthew says, I think Lacey had a wedgie. Toe to tail. Vinegar says, wonder if AEW take a shot on Tegan one day. She's too, I don't know. She's pretty broken.
Why not?
That's kind of weird.
I mean, do it.
Sure.
But I don't know what her work visa situation is. So she might be stuck in Australia.
Pico says Lacey the Patriot, but with a thong on. Film says, toes? Why her toes, dude? Walter's like, Ronda Rousey. Matthew says, Film, same here. I was just making plans. Film says, I'm not a toes kind of guy. And Sophie says, oh boy, the sleep machine Ronda Rousey is here. Matthew's like, camel toe to tail, LOL. Film says, oh, you're making plans. Did you want? Question marks. Pico's like, okay, I'm flipping channels. Sorry, but Ronda be boring. Rayla says, riddle this. 30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
How many did?
Oh, God. Phil's like, here comes Ronda Rousey. Sophie's like, didn't what? And Walter's like, wait, what? Okay, LOL. And he was like, read it a few times slowly. Sophie's like, right now I could see Lacey winning Money in the Bank. And Pico says, do you guys know what Zydeco music is down in the bayou? I do not know what it is down in the bayou.
If you have 10 cows and 7 die, how many cows do you have?
7 what die?
Cows. If you have 10 cows and 7 die, how many do you have?
You still have 10 cows.
Yeah, just 7 dead ones, right?
I'm like,
A lot of people will be like
What?
3.
But you technically still have 10 cows.
I'm like,
so
you-
some of them aren't alive anymore.
You
which is
have
gross,
them.
But...
They're just dead. Are you possessed by nicotine?
Are you possessed by it? Totally possessed.
I'm possessed by it.
Possessed by nicotine. Here's the trivia question. Which legendary team set a record with a 16-month-long WWE Tag Team Championship reign? Which legendary team set a record with a 16-month-long WWE Tag Team Championship reign? Film says, wait, hold on. Was that an expression at Matthew? And Matthew's like, 60 did and 40 left, 14 eggs. It was like, ha ha ha, there's an actual answer. So if it's like, wow, Dee has gone mental with laughing at her joke. Film's like, hey, Piccolo, what's up? Happy Friday. And Matthew's like, ow, what?
Hey, look, they're showing their old highlights when they were going up against the Street Profits.
That's awesome. Piccolo says,
It's Viking Raider
he
time!
goes, thanks, Film. Glad to be here. Ayla says, Sophie, if I had to guess, I'd guess you also laugh at your own jokes alone. Sophie's like, Tegan is injury prone, though. Matthew says, how many didn't? Film's like, no, hold on. I meant to say what plans for what. Luke's like, have you checked out any anime we recommended to you, Dalitha?
No.
You know, I actually did. I did watch or try to watch that Fairy Tale. I almost didn't make it through the first episode. And so I said, no, I'll try. And then I almost didn't make it through the second episode.
Okay, what's happening here? Are they going to tell us if they both made it or they both lost?
So Drew went to him also.
I know, but I didn't hear what he said. You Paul's ticket?
What results? Not excuses.
Sheamus is a giant human being.
I had 2 giant humans like come in there and talk to me. It's so weird.
I don't give a hump about my bad reputation. Every time I hear that song, I think of that Julia Stiles show
Oh yeah.
where he sings to her and he's got the guitar and gives it to her. I can't remember.
10
the name
Things
of it.
I Hate
10
About
Things
You.
I Hate About You.
You know which one I think about when I hear this?
What?
I think of Easy A, where she goes home and buys all that lingerie and then puts red A's on all of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a damn about my reputation.
I didn't know it was in that one. That's crazy. Look at Ronda with the red Sonya makeup on. Oh, Shotzi Blackheart coming out to wrestle her.
I don't understand why she has a face like that. But it's like, champ, I laugh at my own jokes alone. And Sophie's like, I don't get the joke Ayla is trying to tell. Film's like, hey, Matthew, can you ask Ben if he got my question from the other Wrestling Gab live stream?
Okay, come on.
Luke's like, of course you don't, Sophie.
Why did they let her talk?
Okay, let's talk wrestling. Moving on. Funny. Ha.
I get
Pickle's like,
that they want her to
emotional.
talk a little bit, but why would you come out and make like pokes at a legendary wrestling move?
I have no idea.
The crowd
She's-
booed her
Yeah,
because
of course
you can't
they
do
boo her.
that.
You can't do that and be a good guy. You cannot do that.
Just shut up.
The answer to the trivia was demolition. We have a Shotzi sighting.
Here comes the axe. Here comes the smasher. I love that group when I was a kid. Although they were Road Warrior knockoff and I was a kid, so I couldn't see that.
That's funny. Sophie says, I bet Tyler Breeze is the first client of Max. Luke says, the hell, the Viking Raiders back on SmackDown?
Yeah, they left the NXT brand, I guess.
Robert Warney is in the chat.
Hey, Robert.
Says, what's up? Just got off work. Hey, Robert.
Watching Shotzi Blackheart.
Talk to Ronda Rousey or talk at her, whatever's happening. Sophie says, wow, the Viking Raiders are back on SmackDown after being off main roster TV for a long time. It was like, I also laugh at my own jokes. Is he having a seizure?
Maybe. Sounded like he was in the bathtub, but you have the gate shut, don't you?
The gate's across it and there's stuff in it.
Nope. Definitely not.
You're okay, buddy.
So Shotzi gets a title shot? Is that what she's saying?
Was somebody supposedly coming down here? Your
Down
daughter or
where?
anybody?
Okay.
You're all right,
We're
bud.
gonna have it. So Shotzi Blackheart gets a title shot.
Oh, really?
Out of all the people
What?
that deserve a title shot,
That's a weird person to have 2 title shots. That's weird. Luke says, it's okay to let not everyone can appreciate greatness. I didn't say I wouldn't keep trying. I just said I've had a hard time making it through the first couple. Sophie says, Ronda versus Natalya, there's your bedtime match. It says, the answer is 10 since y'all suck. Pico's like, I just finished a watch along and had a grand old time hanging out with Discord peeps. That's awesome. Luke says, I love how Ronda started talking before the mic was even on. Sophie says, but Roman can't wrestle at Money in the Bank, but Ronda can. That doesn't make sense. Piccolo says, I got a pocket full of sunshine, which is also from that movie. Matthew says, what question? Walter's like, good, no tank. Piccolo says, oh. Matthew says, Ayla, I can make shit up too. Looks like, Sophie, the issue is you expect WWE to make sense. Walter's like, oh, lost. And Sophie says, Ronda needs a mouthpiece to talk for her. And Ravi is back in the chat from his whatever absence that he just had. Thought they could do both. Whatever that means.
You're going to see Ronda Rousey wrestle in a minute against Blackheart.
Oh, God. Walter's like, Ronda for the win.
Or do they call her Shotzi? I know it's a one word. Maybe it's just Shotzi.
Well,
Blackheart sounds way cooler.
Blackheart? Yeah, right. Matthew's like, by the way, sorry for the other day, especially to you, Luke. I had sand in my vajayjay. I had sand in my vajayjay. Much love, you sexy beast in the game. Matthew, we love you no matter what. We know that you sometimes have hard days, like all of us do. But we
Sand in the
appreciate
VJJ.
you.
I haven't heard that one forever.
And that is quite irritating. I can understand the frustration.
Sand gets everywhere.
Right? People's like, barking. Yeah, barking. Then Akira's like, yeah, Ronda, her childish insults will get stale very quickly.
Yeah, you can't go after Bret Hart's sharpshooter.
If you're a good person, a good guy, you can't do that stuff. That's a weird thing. Does she like, oh, I'm going to go out there and insult him? No,
she
don't
said
do that. No, I'm
she-
going to do it.
She used the move that she invented, not some knockoff of Bret Hart.
Yeah, I'd boo her too. I'd be like, boo, bitch. And not just because I don't like you.
That she stole from her uncle Bret Hart.
So it's
Like,
like Ronda will
what?
be the only big name to wrestle at Money in the Bank. Ayla's like, I'm outside your house. Kidding. It looks like it's okay, Matthew, as long as you got everything cleaned out to avoid a yeast infection.
Get
People's
that
like,
pH
damn
back.
it. Now that song is in my head. Pocket full of sunshine.
Don't what? Why?
A pocket.
I got a
full of
pocket. I got a pocket full of sunshine.
Philip's like, Matthew, the question was in women's armpit match to Ben. Then he was like, so delete that. I know you don't really like anyone in the WWE women's division, but what about AEW? Jade Cargill. I can answer that one.
Sami Zayn
quite
wins.
quickly.
Riddle is barred from
Love
SmackDown.
Jade Cargill. I probably
Riddle
wouldn't even
wins.
care
He faces Roman
if
Reigns.
she became a good guy and was all
That is
babyface
tonight.
and weird.
So Sami versus Riddle tonight.
I would, yeah.
I guess I should go
definitely-
buy some NFTs.
They are not as glorious as you think they are.
NFTs?
Yeah, they fell on their face, major. Rob is like, ha ha ha, Ronda wrestling. Ayla's like, 30 cows in a field, 28 chickens. How many didn't? It's silly. Do you get it now? So
I hear it.
30 cows in a field,
Stop. I get it.
28 chickens.
They ate the chicken.
How many didn't?
How many didn't eat a chicken?
Right. So when you're looking at it the way she, because she wrote it with numbers,
Right.
30 and 28, you don't think of it as the word
Right.
ate, like they ate something.
Right. So anyway, Shotzi and
So
Ronda are
saying
locking
it,
up.
He got it.
Look at her grabbing her cheek.
Oh my God, why is she grabbing her butt?
Cheek.
Her butt.
Her cheek.
Oh, that was her face. I thought
You'll
it was.
see it in a second.
I
Ronda
thought
Rousey
it was her butt.
taking it right to Blackheart, but Blackheart can't hang with this woman.
Who's grabbing whose cheek?
You'll see it right here. And grabs her face.
Oh, so she thought it was her butt.
See?
Oh, she thought it was her butt. That makes, you know what?
Oh.
I think anybody would have mistook that for.
Because she's an ass face.
Yes.
Whoa!
Sophie's like, oh great, they are really not caring about competition when them having Ronda talking and wrestling.
Ronda's doing okay in the actual wrestling department until that botch right there and that one. But when she tries to throw hands like fists, she doesn't sell it like Shane O'Mac does. So it kind of looks a little goofy. Like, you don't see a lot of striking in wrestling for that reason, because it does look so goofy, because
They
you
have
don't
to be
really
all-
punch each other
right,
in the face.
yeah. They should just punch each other in the face and see what happens.
Right, like Brock. Brock will really punch somebody, but he wears those gloves, so
It's not so bad.
yeah, and he doesn't hit him
Well-
as hard as he can.
She's not wearing those gloves. She's
No.
wearing weird things.
They're more of a wrist thing.
Felix says, Sophie, I'm offended that you think Ronda is a big name, let alone the only big name. Robbie's like Matthew with the quotes. It was
She is a famous broad. Come on, let's give her that. She did make a name for herself. She was like the first main draw woman in UFC.
I mean, she did
and
do
she,
something with
she
her
may
life, I
still
guess.
be the most popular UFC woman of all time. I don't know if Amanda Nunes or Shevchenko has passed her. A lot of people don't even know who Shevchenko is. They call her the Bullet. But
I really wish she would
But she's
find
better.
different pants to wear, though, because like you, all she does is grab them out of her poo
the whole time,
all the
like,
time.
why would you wear something that you can't be comfortable in while you're out there wrestling?
Yeah, like those guys where their pants don't stay up. I'm like, why are you wearing that outfit? Stop it. Stop it. Find different ones.
Shotzi is just taking it right to Ronda. Ronda's in trouble.
Good.
Okay,
Good for
Shotzi, you're not
Ronda.
going to pin her by punching her in the face. You're not Ronnie Garvin.
Rob is like Matthew with the quotes. Ayla says he got sand in his JJ because he pooped in the grass. Thought he could wipe in the sandbox. Ew, Ayla. Walter's like, Ayla, what? Okay. Sophie's like, I prefer Ronda versus Shayna. Shadow Gaming is in the chat. Hey, Shadow says, did they just say Hell in a Cell
Hey,
NFT?
whoever said that, I also agree with you. Ronda is better than Shayna Baszler.
I prefer Ronda versus Shayna.
Oh, I just thought you meant better wrestler.
No.
Because she is a better wrestler than Shayna.
Nope. It was I prefer
But
Ronda versus Shayna.
She is terrible. She just got kicked in the head. Like, at some point, like, having her on TV like this is just dumb. Right? WWE has to realize this is stupid. And then they should protect her and only have her wrestle at pay-per-views. But they've had her wrestle, like, week after week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least this week. And this is just dumb. And it's a mid-card match.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, Ronda was a big deal when she first signed. Remember? They even put the women's Money in the Bank match, or not Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble match last
Yep.
because she came out.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden she's a mid-carder on SmackDown
Yeah, it's weird.
against Shotzi Blackheart.
Not that Shotzi Blackheart should
Oh, no.
be even a mid-carder by any means.
Shotzi's fine. I'm just saying that it's Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
And Shotzi's doing good. This is like an AEW match. It doesn't even make sense.
Shadow Gaming
Whoa.
wanted. Did they just say Hell in a Cell NFT? They were talking about
Yes.
NFT something with Hell in a Cell.
Yes, NFTs.
Piccolo is laughing, and Piccolo says, "Sticks and stones won't ever shake me." Robbie says, "Nah, no wet wipe. It might sting down there." Robert Warney is in the chat. Hey, Robert. And Sophie says, "I still don't understand the joke." And Film says, "Let's go WWE Smackdown Women's Sweaty Armpit Champion Ronda." Piccolo says, "Matt's got a sand in his vajayjay. Woo-wee woo." Robbie's message retracted, and Ayla says, "Sophie, it's an airplane joke, apparently." Piccolo's like, "Nah, not as catchy." And Robbie says, "Ronda is just a tool."
At this point, this is bad for her whole career, what we're watching right here.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because she's not schooled enough to do what she's doing. Look at how stumbly she is. Looks like she's drunk out
Oh,
there.
maybe her arm's broken. Sophie says, "How long do you think they light up the Bill Goldberg sign to bring him back?"
I don't know if they're going to do anything to bring him back.
Ayla's like, "Would you like some peanuts, Sophie?"
I mean, I wouldn't mind watching him, 2 times a year at the Saudi Arabia shows, having matches against other legends or something.
Right.
I'm
That
okay.
wouldn't be so bad.
I'm okay.
But
with it.
stop putting him in matches with titles.
Yeah, and don't put
title
him in there with
people,
Bobby
with young
Lashley.
guys and shit. It's just weird. Robert Warney says, "Who do you think would win, Shayna versus Mickie James?"
Mickie James.
Walter's like, "Ronda, finish her." And Sophie's like, "I'm not a Peanuts fan." Ayla's like, "Not to mention, Sophie, it was a riddle, not a joke." Piccolo says, "Throwing punches is not as easy for current wrestlers. That's why you see more forearm smashes and such."
Right. European uppercuts also.
Ayla's like, "Sophie is a ceiling fan." But bump. Walter says, "Come on, no more countouts tonight."
Oh!
Sophie's like, "Do you think Sasha will come back to the WWE at some point?"
I-
Doesn't she always?
I
She's like
would
a
never
boomerang.
say never with Vince in charge. Vince will turn anything into an angle if he has to. If she comes back and says, "Hey, okay, I'm ready to work," she's on. She's ready to go.
So Piccolo says, shit, the hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin."
Yes. Old Ronnie.
Matthew says, "Ronda is their female Kurt Angle of UFC." Sophie says, "Today marks 20 years since Steve Austin walked out of the WWE. Matthew says they were both in the Olympics and did well.
Wait, hold on. So Stone Cold left 20 years ago and John Cena came 20 years ago? Did John Cena never wrestle Austin?
I guess not.
Because they were just talking about John Cena coming on the 27th. That'll be his 20th anniversary. Shotzi Blackheart taps out. I know her name's just Shotzi, but Blackheart sounds cooler.
I don't know why they took away the black heart.
And why did they bring out the Viking Raiders if they weren't going to wrestle? Well, what the fuck was that? They just brought them out.
Like, hello, here you are. Bye-bye.
Oh, shit, from behind! Natalia's watching all right, Cole.
She's going to come out and say hello.
She just stomped on her vagina.
Oh, my God.
Now she's rolling her. There it is, the sharpshooter.
That's
She's got it
wonderful.
locked in deep. Ronda doesn't like it deep. I've seen her husband.
Ew.
So Rousey hasn't tapped.
Is she supposed to? Like,
Yeah, you would tap
start
if it
tapping?
hurt. There was this fight on Twitter I was watching today, and this guy was huge, and he was fighting this little guy, and the little guy was like choking him out, and he's all tapping, and then the little guy doesn't let go, and then he gets up and he punched him a few times, and then the big guy gets up and he's like, I tapped, and you're supposed to break when you tap. And the kid's like, it's a fight, stupid, or whatever, you dumbass. And he's like, I tapped.
This isn't wrestling on TV, you moron. There isn't a ref.
Oh. The big guy could have whooped the little dude's ass if he would have known, like, 2 moves.
Right.
Or even a punch.
That's
But he
funny.
tried to tackle him, and the little guy went up his back like a monkey, and then
Oh,
just
God.
latched on, which worked. And the guy fell back on him, which is a great move, right? But when you do it, you got to leave your feet as the big man. Mm-hmm. So all your weight crushes down on him,
Right.
and you want to bring your head kind of into his head area in case his head hits the concrete. Except for then you're just talking about maybe killing somebody, and you don't want to go to prison.
Yeah,
but
no.
if they're on your back and you do that move, you're probably not going to go to jail.
Right.
Even if you accidentally kill somebody, but you still have to live with the fact that you
You've killed somebody. Right.
So street fights are definitely like a. Ugh.
Like a
They always
scary
bug me.
almost
I always ask myself, is it worth killing this guy? Yeah. And then and that usually will take my temperature down
Right.
because it's like, fuck, dude, I don't want to kill this dude.
Maybe, but not today. Sophie says, what's the difference between riddles and jokes? Jokes have punchlines and riddles make you use your brain.
Yeah, a joke has an ending, and a riddle is well, I mean, it has an ending also, but you have to use your brain. You have to figure out what it means.
Boom says, do I remember giving Finn a question? I don't know, do you? Hello, Ayla. Happy Friday.
It's
And Sophie
riddle
says,
time.
it could be worse. We could be seeing the Gronk wrestling. Robert Warney says, I agree. Mickey James would win 100.
Yes.
Ayla's like, Sophie, ask Reddit. Film's like, come on, Ronda, give Blackheart the armpit of pain. Picola says, one thing about AEW is if Ronda had her own gal group surrounding her, it would extend feuds like have a lackey or two beat up stars on SmackDown.
I saw a Reddit post on Twitter today, and it said, for all the people that used to put their homework just in their backpack without putting it in a folder, how did your life turn out? But I didn't go read through the comments, but I thought that was pretty clever.
How did your life turn out, Travis? I'm just kidding.
I didn't take homework home. I put it in my desk. Obviously, we're talking about grade school.
Right. In high school, how'd that work out for you? What's homework? No, I'm just kidding.
Put it in my locker.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's falling.
Hey, Leopold. There you go. There you go. Good job, buddy. It's Ludwig
Ludwig.
Kaiser. Ludwig. It was like dumb questions get dump answers. Just saying dumb, not dump. Haha, same, I guess. Yeah, dump sounds way better. Pickle's like, Cena was straight up SmackDown. He interrupted Angle as his first feud.
Yeah, because of ruthless aggression.
Yeah, but did he ever fight Steve Austin? That was the question that nobody answered. Or maybe Sophie just did. Yeah, Austin and Cena never wrestled each other. Austin walked out because he was scheduled to lose to Brock in a match on Raw.
Huh? Makes
Bryce
sense.
was like, oh no, Natalya attacks Ronda Rousey. Yeah, boo-hoo. Just kidding. Sophie says they made the Austin walkout into a storyline. They could do that with Sasha and Naomi if they want to go that route. And Robbie says, oh, Ronda, toothless display, natty rolling. And Pico's like, well, Riddle is on TV and he wrestles on SmackDown, I guess. Right?
Maybe Sasha will come back in years and wrestle like Shane's son or something when he's in charge of the company, or Shane McMahon or something, or Stephanie
Right?
as an old lady. So Stephanie and Sasha book it for WrestleMania 75.
Robbie says, D, you blow my mind every time. With what? What did I do? Looks like after Riddle's promo, I now have a sneaky feeling he might actually lose. It just seems like they are setting that up. What? You have a sneaky suspicion he'll lose? That's so
He'll
strange.
lose, and they
Like
won't
he's
have
gonna
the match
go away
against
from
Roman.
SmackDown and he's never going to be on SmackDown again? Isn't he not on SmackDown?
He's a big bitch.
He's a big son bitch.
6'4", 265.
Damn.
Ricochet's like 5'8".
Matthew's like, what's homework? So if it's like when they first did the brand split in 2002, it was a lot better than this version of the brand split. Rob is like, Cena, what an idiot. Matthew's like, LOL, Misty, exactly. Ooh, I'm like a minute behind. Walter's like, Gunther for the win. And Robbie's like, Ronda is toothless like Chris Benoit. Ew.
Yeah.
And Matthew's like, I got my good enough diploma, aka GED. Walter's like, good luck, Ricochet. Ayla's like, better than me, Matthew. Here's a trivia question real quick. Whom did Randy Savage defeat to become Macho King? Whom did Randy Savage defeat to become Macho King?
Wichita.
Wichita's. Looks as it just feels like WWE is going to do WWE things, hoping Riddle wins, but I just have a gut feeling. I couldn't imagine how that could happen. Sophie's like, they still could continue the Roman Riddle feud on Raw since he is champion of both brands.
Right.
Totally.
I still feel like that match is going to happen. I mean, they could have Riddle win by getting jumped by the Usos during the match also. Mm-hmm. So he still gets beat up, but wins the match because of disqualification. Nudie out Peaches the Hut. That's you.
Pickle is like, ooh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim.
So this could be the greatest match in WWE history if they want it to be.
The one that's coming up?
Yeah. I don't know about that, but they could definitely make it into the best match of the past 5 years if they let him just wrestle.
Yeah.
Give him 30 minutes.
Just let him do stuff. Let Ricochet jump around.
I mean,
the ring a
Walter
lot.
carried that Dragunov or whatever in NXT UK, and that was like one of the best matches, you know, for a lot of people. And Ricochet's a better athlete than Dragunov or whatever the hell that dude's name is. And that match it lasted forever. That dude is the dude that finally beat Walter and got the championship in the UK.
Oh, yeah, he did, huh? Dragunov or whatever.
Uh-huh. He did it on NXT USA, but it's all good.
He did it to what?
He did it on NXT USA. He beat Walter. But you're distracted, so you can't learn.
My brother texted me back. He took him days, like 6 days to text me back about asking him about that.
Oh. Is that why you asked how many feet we needed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, but he just texted me something else, so that's why I was distracted. Anyways.
That's what I need to do, is get my metal detector and go out.
Do you even know where it's at?
Yeah, just downstairs in the bag.
See if it even works. I don't even know if it fucking works.
What is this USFL WWE night tomorrow with Happy Corbin and Carmella. Are they calling the game or something? Oh, Carmella's face is just on another level of grossing. And they just are advertising it up there like it's something.
You heard it here
Look
first,
at
guys.
it. Look at her face. She looks like the witch off of that Smoky Mountain Christmas. A little bit.
Kind of, huh? For the lady who plays that part.
But that girl's prettier.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, we want to show you what happened a minute ago. We don't care about the actual match that's happening. Kayla Braxton's outside of the locker room.
Here's her lip.
That's funny. She headbutt you?
Yeah, oh my god, your lip is huge. I was like, did you get lip injections? Just kidding.
Put some bright red lipstick on. What is it? Not waitress red or something?
I don't know. That was the nail polish that I
Oh.
had. Not really a waitress red.
It is a serious injury.
So serious.
Are they not going to put Ronda on Money in the Bank?
Maybe they won't.
Gunther.
There's your out, Sophie. No, she probably won't be.
She'll wrestle.
The answer to the trivia question was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. If you guessed Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you got it right.
Oh! Where's my 2x4?
I don't think they're in here, but there's some outside. They're very expensive.
Right. Made out of gold.
Sophie says, I also have that same feeling that Riddle will lose, but somehow, some way, they will drop the Riddle-Roman feud. It was like, did you see my pictures? I just saw it and I showed Travis. Matthew says, I got mine the year I was supposed to graduate. Even after being held back, dropped out in October, tested in December, and I passed, even though I slept in my classes. Just because you sleep in your classes doesn't mean you don't learn stuff, Matthew. Just saying. Some people just learn way different than others, and being in a classroom sometimes isn't the best way for those type of people to learn. Rabbit says, D, that was a great Randy Savage impression. Glad you noticed. I tried. So it was like NXT 2.0 seems that where most of the catering crew could go back to if they don't have anything on the main roster. And with it being a 2-hour show, sometimes it feels rushed. Well, there's like good movies coming out. The dinosaur one. Fly. And Pickle's like, clapping. Great Randy Savage, G. Thank you. Thank you. I'm working on my acting skills. So it was like, there has been conflicting reports on why Roman isn't wrestling at Money in the Bank. And Film says, uh-oh, she's injured. Ronda Rousey's injured. So it says the Intercontinental Championship, it seems like they don't know what to do with that championship at all. Well, maybe this will change that. And it says, yeah, she headbutted me. The camera makes it look better. That's funny. Walter's like, oh, lost. And Sophie's like, this match won't last long.
It shouldn't, but it could. I'd like to see it last 20 plus minutes.
It should last forever. Forever. Forever.
Old Samantha Irvin.
Great introductions.
There it is. We're just
She made
underway.
sure and gave her Honey Bunny a good introduction.
Ricochet kicking him in the leg. Forearm strike. Kicking him in the leg again. He's kicking him in the Osgoods.
Osgood kicking. He needs to do some leg
Whoa.
workouts.
Ricochet's just a little too athletic for Walter, but no! Big slap. Woo! Picking him up. And slamming him into the top turnbuckle. I was like, what's he doing with him? Chop! What is Walter doing? His name is not Walter Travis.
It's Gunther.
Yeah, it is.
What the? I was like, yes, ma'am, not everyone accepts forced indoctrination, especially when there is a free market. I love the Sandlot. Oh my God. He's like, I need you to lay down, but I'm going to lay you on
That's
this
what I'm
rope
saying.
over
He's
here.
literally like,
oh my God.
that's 265 pounds just sitting on his throat.
He's like, I need you to do this stretch, okay? Don't worry, though. I'm going to help you with a boot to your chin. It's the new way to curb stomp somebody. Just saying. So it's like every Intercontinental Champion in the past 2 years, they didn't have a memorable title reign. One, they didn't even care about the title, and two, it was through a pandemic where nobody cared about anything, so, whatever.
Right. Whatever. That's what I was saying.
So if it's like, oh, D did a Randy Savage impersonation and didn't notice. It's fine, Sophie. I don't really expect you to notice anything in this chat. So, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, when there's 30 cows and 20 of them ate chicken that night, how many of them didn't eat chicken that night?
Yeah, you get that riddle yet? Probably not. Matthew's like, the Fourth Reich will break Ricochet. You think that's what's going to happen? You think he's going to be done
Reich.
with it? Ah.
In theaters now, that dinosaur movie. It was a night like this.
He's like,
40
I need some
million
leftovers,
years
so he
ago.
brought his leftovers.
Look how big he's getting.
I know.
Nobody
He's going to
likes...
be so, lengthy and
that's what...
very Egyptian looking.
So if we ever wake up a mummy, the mummy will be scared of him. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
It's good. Keep him close.
Also, it's good to keep away the Tommy knockers.
I like knockers.
Not boobs.
Oh.
Not boobs.
I don't know what a Tommy knocker is. Is that somebody that knocks on your door and runs?
No, it's I'm pretty sure it's a Stephen King thing. Hi, what are you doing?
Is it going to move?
What is it?
It was blinking. You hit the button.
Hey, no, don't do that. Here is your trivia question for you real quick. Let's see. Which WWE superstar is known as was known, let's put it that way. Which WWE superstar was known as the Lunatic Fringe?
Everybody gets this one.
Piccolo says, who's your favorite IC champion of all time? I don't know any, so I'll let Travis try to answer that one.
I don't know. I don't think I ever really cared about it much. Maybe Randy Savage would make a really good one.
Was he one before? Was he one?
Yeah.
So your favorite IC champion of all time.
But I never really much, the Ultimate Warrior was also the Intercontinental Champion. So one of those two. I remember when he had the belt and then he wrestled Hogan and then he had both belts because he beat Hogan. Because Hogan put him over and it was weird.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, it was the saddest day of my wrestling career.
Of your wrestling career, love?
When Hogan lost that match, I didn't know what to do with myself. But he couldn't win them all.
Sophie says, this funny theory is getting pushed more on TV than Ricochet is. Piccola says, what's everyone's fave dinosaur?
Ooh, that's a good question. Mine's obviously the T-Rex.
So Sophie said Jericho for the IC champion, and Stegosaurus is Piccola's favorite.
That's a good one. Did you know that the Stegosaurus, this is a pretty cool fact, the Stegosaurus is close, or the Tyrannosaurus Rex is closer to us in years than it is to the Stegosaurus.
Yeah, they're from different Paleolithic times or whatever. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Bryce says, man, I hope Ronda Rousey is all right. If she's not, they're going to have to vacate the championship.
You guys might want to Google that, though, because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. But it was over 60 million years between us and the T-Rex, and it's over 60 million years between the Stegosaurus and the T-Rex.
Right.
Yet in all the dinosaur movies, they're together.
That's funny, huh? Anyways, we're back. There's a match going on.
This shit's still
the Gunther
happening.
versus Ricochet match is still happening. This
Whoa,
is
Ricochet
for
lands
the
on his
IC
feet.
title, guys. So that title is on the line.
This is a title match.
Title match.
Big clothesline by Gunther. Do we have to call him Gunther?
It sounds like terrible. I don't like it. Why is it
Gunther.
Gunther?
Can I call him Gunther? Like a normal
Gunther?
American?
Like Gunther?
I'm an American. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Just deal with it.
Gunther. Gunther.
In America, we spell gun, G-U-N. These colors don't run.
Pew pew. Ooh. The answer to that trivia question was Dean Ambrose. If you picked Dean Ambrose, you got it right.
John Moxley.
Well, now he's known as John Moxley, but the former guy was known as Dean Ambrose. Sophie says, too bad there's one famous feud over the Intercontinental Championship that features Chris Jericho and the guy who shall not be named for obvious reasons. It says, I like the little ones that spit. They're on the first Jurassic Park movie. I like the Velociraptors.
Little belligerent
because
bastards.
they're really smart.
Those are your favorite dinosaur, though.
Aren't they?
They're not. If you said list your top 100 favorite dinosaurs, I'd probably put them on there because I wouldn't know 100 dinosaur names. But they would be at the very last. And the ones that A-list said, I don't know what the fuck those are either. I don't even know their names, so I'd have to Google their name.
Because they spit at people.
There's basically like 4 dinosaurs that people know, besides the Velociraptor.
So if we're going off of the dinosaurs that are in Littlefoot's show.
Right.
Whatever that movie was
The
called.
Big Leaf Eater.
The Lost of whatever.
Yeah, the Land of the Lost.
The land,
Land Before Time.
the Land Before Time.
1,
Then
2.
It's Spike.
Right.
He's my favorite.
Right, which is the Stegosaurus.
But
Sarah's a little witch.
I don't like her.
But a lot of
I don't
people
like that dinosaur.
A lot of people like Ceratops.
And Littlefoot's a
Triceratops.
pussy, so I sure in the hell don't like him.
He's a leaf eater. A Gunther. Power bomb. Doing it Wardlow style. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, nobody was
We
wrong.
have a new Intercontinental Champion. Gunther.
Travis spoiling it for me. I wasn't even watching. I was watching up here.
Why are you watching up there? This one's like 5 minutes fast.
Because I'm watching where everybody else watches, I suppose.
He beat him with a power bomb.
That was it? He won with a power bomb. That's weird.
That match lasted 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Ludwig is so happy for the new Intercontinental Champion, Gunther.
I would have liked it to be longer.
I don't think people are happy about it. They seem upset.
He is a heel. They're supposed to be upset.
They're like, we don't like it.
He did his job. Now, relevance. Maybe at a pay-per-view, he'll be on the pay-per-view.
Maybe. It's a possibility now, right?
The only problem is he's a heel also, so him and Roman don't make any sense right now. But 2023, 2024, if they play this right, he could be a top guy in the company.
That's true. Let's see. Sophie wants to know, who's your favorite U.S. champion of all time?
Ooh, that one's a tough one. Probably Dusty Rhodes.
Ella says, they shake their ear flaps and spit black stuff. Bryce likes, my favorite IC champion was Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, and Daniel Bryan. Sophie says, what happens if you don't have a fave dinosaur? The world completely ends. Sophie's like, the more you know with Travis, and Pukel's like, it's no biggie, Sophie. And Il's like, then you lose, Sophie. Big time lose. So he's like, who's
like a
your favorite
pterodactyl.
superhero of all time?
Superhero?
Yeah.
Superman. That's not it. I don't think there's a competition.
Pukel says, go to jail. Do not collect 200 smackaroos.
Do not cross go. Go straight to jail.
Every time I hear that, I think of Ace Ventura.
They're not. No.
Do not collect $200. Do not pass go.
The Monopoly man. Monopoly guy. That's what he's.
The Monopoly guy.
Sami Zayn. He can't lose right there.
He like knocks him out and then wears him like
He's gonna.
her.
He will basically
fur.
die if he loses this match.
Vindicator's like, nice little big man versus little man match here. Could have been saved for Money in the Bank though. So he's like, did anybody watch that January 6th thing?
Why would we?
Bryce says Dean Ambrose or John Moxley.
Alec-
What's the difference?
Alec Baldwin killed more people than the people on January 6th. I mean, let's put things in perspective.
I think I saw somebody like put something up there and they were like, this is what happened January 6th. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's all the shit that happened when BLM and shit went crazy nutbag. Like, they were showing like riots and things on fire and like people
Right.
like killing other people like in the streets. And I'm like, pretty sure that was a different time. Yeah. Anyways. Bryce says Dean Ambrose or John Moxley, that's the difference. It's the same person who has a different name in 2 different wrestling companies. It don't bother me. Oh.
So what did John Cena do? Tell us what he did for Ukraine.
Oh, Jesus. Matthew's like, Dilophosaurus. Spelling? Dilophosaurus. Is that the spitty dinosaur? It's like, I only know movie dinosaur. So he's like, what is everyone's favorite video game they like to play of all time?
So did John
Yes,
Cena then
I
just
forgot the
flew
one.
to the Netherlands?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
On Saturday, June 4th in Amsterdam.
He's probably high as a kite.
What? High as a kite.
Yeah, it's Amsterdam.
Oh, I'm like, what?
He sure looks like Ernest, doesn't he?
Right?
He needs to go save Christmas.
He does. He needs to do some Ernest movie remakes.
You know what I mean, Vern?
I think it's funny that the kid's like a huge like Cena fan. That's pretty funny.
Is he, though? I feel like maybe it's his mom is the John Cena fan.
Maybe. Nah, he probably really does like him.
Guns!
I don't know how special it is today. No, weirdos. Yay. Matthew's like, the Fourth Reich continues. And stuff is like, new champ alert. And Vindicator's like, predictable. Let's hope Walter brings honor back to the IC belt, right? It was like, I like
Hey,
Spike too.
look.
Petrie is cute too,
Look.
along with Ducky.
It's the Black Adam preview. I haven't seen it yet. October
Well,
21st.
you watch it.
Oh, you don't want to watch the preview?
I was trying to catch up on chat a little bit throughout
go
the
ahead.
commercial stuff. Sorry. Walter's like, Gunther won. Sophie says that wasn't a shock at all. Too bad it didn't go longer, though. Matthew says that one I just tried to spell in the spitting one. Walter's like, okay, bye, guys. See you Monday for Raw. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging with us. Have a very good and safe weekend.
Heroes don't kill people. Well, I do.
Well, yeah, they do. Sophie says, I wish this match was a 20-minute classic.
Me too.
Matthew says, Dilophosaurus is a genius of theropod dinosaurs that lived in what is now North America during the early Jurassic about 193 million years ago. 3 skeletons were discovered in northern Arizona.
Boom.
In something. In whatever. Pico's like, see ya, Walter. Walter says, okay, there's Paul Heyman. Sophie says, wow, I don't think that this match will go half hour. Pico's like, yeah, U.S. title should be somebody old school. Film's like F January 6th. Pico says, I pick Lex Luger or Vader. Film's like
Yeah.
9/11 was a real tragedy. Sophie says, my mom and our roommate watched that January 6th hearing the whole night last night. It says, I got so many jokes I could say right now, but I'd get in trouble, so I won't. Just wanted y'all to know I got jokes, mean jokes. And it's like, yes, that is the spitting dinosaur. Sophie's like, maybe when Cena returns, he will be a free agent showing up across both brands. Maddie's like, you're the champ, do what you do. Sophie's like, this trailer is 2 minutes long. And Film says, and this DC movie Black Adam can pull a baby cat out of my butthole, F. Wayne Rock Johnson. That poor baby cat, Film. Why would you put her through such horrific things?
I just want to know why it was up there.
Yeah, why do you have baby cats in your butthole?
Is
I'm
this
terrified
is this
right
kind of
now.
like Richard Gere with the hamsters or whatever? The gerbil. Tiddlywinks.
He was like, he's going on a quest. It says I can't. Only when I get banned, I'd be shunned. And Matthew's like, I am more concerned with May 19th next year. It might be over. Matthew's like, quit holding the chuckles and share. So he's like, if you want to see the entire Black Adam trailer, watch on YouTube. And Film says, no baby carrot, not baby cat. Film's like, no, I meant to say baby carrot, not baby cat. Cat's out of the bag now, my buddy. Cat's out of the bag. Why are you sticking baby cats up your butt? And why on earth would you change it with baby carrot? Can't live it down. Yeah, can't live it down. It's out there forever now. I screenshot it and I put it all over the place. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was like a baby cat, aka a kitten. So it's like, I thought Roman was scheduled to appear tonight. Matthew's like, one of those food delivery services are offering a bottom-friendly discount for Pride Month. Yeah. Ew. It was like, I can't. Film's like, ha 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 ha. Laughing.
Stone Cold just rang up. Booker T there.
Matthew's like, I love this supermarket stunt.
Yeah, pretty funny shit. That was a long time ago.
Oh, it was discovered in 1940.
What was it?
Those Dilophosauruses, the spitty dinosaurs.
They're the ones that are 190 million years old.
Yeah, 193 million years ago.
So they were way before the...
And 2 best preserved were collected in 1942.
Nice.
Thanks for the rest of the information, Eli.
Dinosaur Gab.
Steph like, oh my god, the greatest segment of all time between Austin and Booker T. Film's like, at least I put a smile on your face, Miss D and Travis. This is why you guys are my favorite people to talk to. Well, when you say shit like that, how could we not? Janelle Jackson's in the chat though. Hey, Janelle.
Hey, Janelle.
It's good to see you, man. Hope
How are
life's
you
treating
doing?
you good. He says, I feel like they're going to give the money in the bank to Becky Lynch because it feels like they're leaning towards her.
Already?
Think they're going to do that again?
I feel like that's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't even have her in the match.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Keep her away from it. Just let her do other shit. So if it's like cats, kittens, aren't they the same thing? Not technically. Kittens are the babies of cats. They may grow up to be cats.
I mean, they're both feline.
But Ayla's like, he's putting kittens in his butt? My goodness. Because, like, this was when wrestling was great. Booker T and Steve Austin.
When they were trying to get 4 or 5 to 6 million people watching instead of just to 2 million.
Ayla's like, no, Sophie. No, not even a little. They are completely a different species. So it's like, this was before the brand split was a thing. And people's like, nope, Sophie, different. Philip's like, Matthew, who will win in a hairy armpit match? A.K. Alexa Bliss or Carmella or Sasha Banks? I choose Bliss. What about you? It was like, laughing. If somebody says they have a kitten, you should run. But it's like, Booker T was an awesome wrestler. He brought a sense of real to things even while being goofy. Pico's like, apparently you can't put whole cats in butts. No. That would be dangerous, I'm sure.
Could tear some prostates out.
That brings a whole new meaning to tear that shit up.
That's all sorts of bad could happen.
So it's like, do you think they will give the money in the bank to people that have won it before? It feels like that is where they are going. Yeah, I feel like Otis is probably going to win it.
Okay, hold on. Why does it feel like that's where they're going when we haven't even had a match yet?
Why are we playing the feelings game anyways? Like, ugh.
I mean, Lacey Evans, has she won the Money in the Bank?
No.
She's the first woman that's been introduced into it. Who else is going to be in it? I guess we could look at the women's roster and kind of figure it out.
That's it. Well, that's who's in it right now. But,
Right.
I mean,
And there's no men in it.
you know Natalia's not going to be in it.
No, she'll probably be wrestling Ronda.
If they have their match on Money in the Bank, yes.
They will.
It was like basically a baby cat you can fit in a butt, but not a baby kitten. Don't even try.
They're a different species.
It's like, Phil, that's a tough one. Gotta go with the boss. And Phil's like, guys, stop it. You're killing me here. This is hilarious. See what happens when you do typos? Shit gets real. Gets real. Real. So it's like, did the Miz mention something about the Money in the Bank along with Seth Rollins? Don't they all mention it?
I'm sure
Because
they'll
it's
be
right
in
there.
it. They should be in it. I would like to see Gunther in there against somebody. Not in the ladder match, but in the pay-per-view now.
Yeah, with his Intercontinental Championship he just got. Matthew's like, did giraffes just fly from Riddle's crotch? Yes.
It looked like it.
Like, he has all kinds of animals fly from his crotch. Like, every time he comes out, it's kind of creepy. It was like, when I die, I want to be cremated and put in the chili so I can tear that ass up one more time.
You.
What show? I know you're quoting it, but I don't know what show it's from. Well, I know it's got to be from a show or a cartoon or something. Matthew's like, LOL, holy fuck, that's disgusting. Sophie says the Miz and Seth Rollins have been Money in the Bank. Well, yeah, they have. We know that. So you feel that they're going to actually be in it? Do you feel that Seth's going to be in it because Cody can't? So they're going to
It would
put
make
Seth
sense
in it
if
instead?
Seth was in it.
That doesn't mean he'll win.
No, he won't win it.
The toasted cheddar chalupa is back from
The one I would like to see
Toxic
win it is
hell
Bobby
there.
Lashley. And then turn it in after the match at the Clash of the Castle and actually win.
Mm-hmm. And Sophie's 2 hours behind in the schedule of knowing things. Paige is leaving the WWE on July 7th. She announced it today. Yeah, we did that first thing when we first came on,
That was
Travis.
the first thing
gave
I
the
said.
news. It
But
just
that's all
bit.
right. She probably wasn't in here.
Because, like, sounds like something Danny McBride would say. It was like, you'd eat the chili, Matthew. Don't even deny it. It was like, it's a TikTok. But why is it a TikTok?
I've
Like,
never
where
heard
did it
that on
come from?
TikTok. I had heard that, though. It's in a movie.
It's got to be. I've heard it in a movie, too. Either that or it's South Park. Pickle's like, I'm having chili right meow. Oh, yeah? What kind of chili? Is it, like, spicy chili? Is it real chili? Is it Texas chili? There's all kinds of different chilies. What's the kind of chili you're having? Matthew says the essence of human does sound wholesome. Well, just how South Park. It was really good in South Park, so I heard. It was like...
Ew, it was
Lisa,
his
ha, ha, ha.
parents.
I know!
It's so gross.
But he said it was good. I just made you eat your parents. I just made you eat your parents. That's wrong on a lot of levels. So it was like with the Money in the Bank ladder matches, I could see a few newcomers and some veterans in the match, as there always will be. You're definitely going to see Austin Theory in there. People's like green chili. Green chili. Chili. How is that? Like, what's in it then? Like, is it white? Is it like with white beans? Okay. Now you have to tell me what's in it. Please message me on Instagram and tell me what's in it, because now I am extremely curious to know what's in your green chili. Really, I am. That's a serious request. Sophie says, I missed the beginning of your stream. I was in another watch along. Well, I guess when you're in another watch along, you miss all the good information.
Oh my gosh.
So he's like, I used to watch South Park. Matthew says, oh, the chili was human. I'm talking about the ashes. Oh, because like, but in a burrito. I guess that counts. Oh, so you're having a green chili burrito. Oh, those are the best ones. Is it a microwave burrito or did you make it yourself?
I take microwave burritos and put them in the oven and cook them for a half hour.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In the oven, they taste so much better. It makes the crust crunchy, but just on the edges.
So I used to always like to get the beef and green chili burritos. Those are my favorite ones. And a Sprite.
I like that.
Always my combination.
The ones that are like that.
Yeah,
and
those
purple.
ones.
I like the purple ones
Did
too.
you like were they spicier though? Like, yeah, the green chili ones are they're not hot spicy, but they're kind of spicy. They're a good flavor. For being something that comes from a, convenience store, I guess. Those are the only ones I like, though. Other frozen burritos, I'm not a fan of. Like, those are the only burritos I've ever gotten that I'm like, these aren't too bad.
I would get the ones that were in a bag, and they were all little.
Yeah.
And then I'd cook like 6 of them
Yeah.
at once.
I know. We used to get those here when Jacob lived with us. Sophie says, is D high tonight? Nope. Matthew says South Park is the best. Can't be, Sophie. It's not legal in our state. Remember, we are in Idaho. And I am not in Florida like you, so I'm not high on meth like you might be. So, hey. It was like Kevin Hart. Oh, he said it? That's funny. Sophie says, maybe they do Theory versus Lashley for the U.S. Championship. Hey, it's Paul Heyman. He came out. Pico's like, sure. James Sotelo in the chat. Hey,
Wobbly
James.
Walrus.
How's it going, James? How you doing? Says, hi, how are you doing? It's been a while. Hope all is well with you. My mom passed away last month. That's why I haven't been on. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, James.
That is tough.
I am so sorry to hear that. I hope that things are going a little better for you now. We're watching the end of SmackDown, though.
Yeah, that's tough.
Sami and Riddle are on, which is a weird combo.
And
but
if Riddle wins this, he goes on to wrestle Roman Reigns.
Matthew's like, green chili is a Southwest
and then if he
like
loses
desert.
it, he will be kicked off of SmackDown, which doesn't hurt anybody.
Pickles like store brand salad. Oh man, I thought maybe you were like having like green chilies, yums, like Matthew's talking. Green chili, a staple dish of U.S. Southwestern cuisine. That is a spicy, stew-like mix of green chilies and usually pork, jalapenos, onions, tomatoes, and various seasonings. That's what I thought you were talking about. See, Piccola? You had my hopes up. And I was like, oh, you're eating like real green chili? Sophie's like, so we are going to find out next week Max Dupree's first client instead of this week. It could be this week still. Do you know this match can't last 20 minutes?
Yeah, it can. There's going to be a couple commercial breaks.
It's not going to last that long.
Well, they're not going to do anything after. I mean, Roman might come down.
But they could do the Max Dupree stuff in the middle of it, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
James Sotelo says, thank you.
They didn't do the Max Dupree stuff. What a...
Nicola says, yes, their best green chilies come from the New Mexico. Matthew says, speaking of meth, I had 3 most incredible experiences with chocolate Smurfs yesterday. Chocolates never worked before. Oh, my Lord. Matthew. Pickles like prayers to you, James. And Sophie says, I'm guessing whoever Max Dupree male model reveal was going to be, they still trying to figure that out. And it's like, so no bodies in your chili, thought Lisa? Not if it's in a burrito that came from the store. Guess there could be rat bodies in it.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Ew. It's like cannibalism gab.
I don't know. Matthew's like, James, cherish the memories. Indicator says, all right, Travis, delete the invisible Leopold and chat. Y'all have a good weekend. I will see you Monday for recaps and rehashes. Until then, stay classy, Idaho. All right, thanks, Vin. Have a good weekend. So it was like they announced that we are getting Moss versus Corbin in a qualifying match. James says, hello, says, is Randy coming back? I'm sure.
Yes, he's going to wrestle Roman at SummerSlam. So, but I think what's going to happen is the Bloodline is going to beat up Riddle into where Riddle's out. And then
Yeah.
Randy's going to come and be his savior.
Oh.
You know, the payback.
But not here.
Not
now.
tonight.
Right.
I mean, it could happen tonight. But it seems like a lot of buildup. Because our Money in the Bank is 22 days away from today.
Yes.
So 3 weeks, just under 3 weeks, or over 3 weeks away. And so it would be a long time,
Right.
because that's another 4 weeks after that. So we're 7 weeks away from SummerSlam, is what I'm saying. That's a long time to build up something. If they decide to bring Roman or Randy out now.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It's just too long.
Yeah,
It gets
that's
stale.
true. Yeah, it does. Will he earn a title opportunity?
Boom, boom.
Title opportunities. People says, ha ha ha. So if it's like next week, they announced a couple things for SmackDown. It was like, hey, you don't know that. The people who made the chili might be hiding someone in the chili pots. Matthew's like, if you think about it, the circle of life. T-Rex, bring it the Lion King. I should say, share your Elton John with chat. Do you know the Lion King song?
It's got it's that the gay guy from Europe.
It's Elton John.
Elton John.
That's what he said.
It's the story of life. I can't remember
The
it.
circle of life.
It's the circle of life. No, I can't think of it.
He also sings the love song in it, I'm pretty sure. Can you feel the love tonight?
I mean, I know that song, but I don't.
That's all I know.
I don't know the song. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Sophie's like, it will be interesting how they get Sami Zayn and Owens back together in storylines. It was like, I love Elton. Sophie's like, it is still weird that they are doing SummerSlam in July instead of August.
It's all good.
Rocket Man. James Sotelo says, so will MJF join WWE? I don't know. Supposedly they're trying to work it as a work in AEW right now. So
We'll see how it all
rumors,
plays out.
rumors. See how it plays out.
And
Sean
yes,
says.
MJF will appear on WWE TV in 2024 or 5. Before that, we would like to see it happen, but I don't think it will happen.
Right.
But if it does happen, more power to him. It's not like they're going to put a title on him. He's not a championship type guy.
Right.
He would just be a more popular Miz at first,
Yes.
and then he'd lose that popularity. So he would be the Miz at best. The best he can do is the Miz.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty damn good. Right? It's like the Miz has been a world champion a couple times. He's what is that called? The Grand Slam champion. He's had them all.
Yes.
So that's his ceiling is the Miz.
Matthew says, oh, nice attempt. I don't knife it either. I don't knife things much either. Sometimes. Depends on how I feel that day. Matthew's like, James, I don't think so. It was like, and I think it's going to be a long time before a touchdown brings me round to find. Cool.
I'm not the man.
Sophie
I was
says,
at home. Oh no.
so with Money in the Bank and SummerSlam taking place in July, we don't know what talents are going to miss both shows.
Don't know. It'll probably be a long ass show though on the 30th.
Matthew says MJF is the best AEW original, bar none.
Oh, MJF as the pillars.
Yeah, the best AEW original, bar none. Yeah, well, it's a good thing that Tony Khan took a shit on all of his pillars.
I liked him. I mean, out of the pillars, he's the only one I actually like. The other ones are trash. But I do like him, and then I like Jericho, and I like Jon Moxley when he first was on there. For the originals. Kenny Omega's obviously good. I don't know if there's anybody else I really, like, oh my God. The greatest ever. If he just stood up like, oh my God.
Pickle's like, I'm a Darby guy.
Oh, that's a spark.
You and Ravi both. You guys should get together and write fan.
Oh, Brainbuster. This could definitely backfire on Paul.
like, what's supposed to happen to Sami if he loses? Like, is any repercussions for him?
Well, not him,
like,
but for Roman, and Roman will just whoop his ass.
Right. Sophie says with the crossover pay-per-view, who knows how many fans AEW might lose or gain. Matthew says MJF isn't huge, but he can work. No one else has really been able to break out like him. Just a thought.
I'm just saying that at his best, he's the Miz. That's his ceiling. That's all I mean. That's all I'm getting to.
Right.
He's not going to be a multiple-time world champion. I'd be surprised if he wins a world championship once. But it's really going to depend on who the other champions are.
Oh, yeah.
If Roman's gone and there's no big champions, like your biggest champions are Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, then yes, he's going to win multiple championships.
Right. It looks like MJF is a puke. No, honey, it's okay. He's okay. It's the CM Punk one. He's a puke. James Satella says if MJF does join WWE, he should stay heel because he is the only wrestler that can do heel.
Yeah, he does a really good job of it.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, he fell down on his feet. Pico's like, we already do, D. What? Good to know. Good to know. So it was like AEW Dynamite got 939,000 viewers this week, went down from whatever they had last week.
Yeah, they're not getting to that million. It's funny because the AEW fans are all saying it's because of the NBA. We'll see when the NBA is over, which will be in a week.
Was there an NBA game on this Wednesday? I don't remember.
I thought that's when the Boston. Remember, somebody came in and said
it's
Boston.
Picola. He's the only one that's been watching it, but
that Boston was up by 20 in the first half.
Maybe that was him.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that day.
I don't think it was Monday, so.
Right. Sophie says if MJF does join the WWE, they will probably put him as a family member of The Miz. Matthew says one of my basement wrestler personas was named Puke Face. No.
He's gonna puke.
Why does that not surprise me? Pico's like, caramel macchiato Punk is not puke. He's a latte. Yeah. A 4-day-old latte that's been sitting out.
With a lower body injury.
So if it's like MVP and Jericho did have a fight in real life last month.
I heard about that. Outside of a hotel room or something.
MVP?
Yeah.
What?
And Jericho got into an altercation at a hotel.
That's pretty funny. That's a weird thing. Pico's like, yarp, it was. Matthew says this match could be better, but they are just milking the time. Feels like puke. So he's like, I don't think there was any sports competition against AEW this week. Pico's like, with bad knees. With bad knees.
Is that what it was a knee? I don't know what he had operated on.
Oh, I thought it was an ankle. I thought he broke his ankle.
Yeah, lower body injury.
Pretty sure it was his
Patented
ankle.
Randy Orton. Comes that RKO.
Go Riddle. Go, bro. Get him, bro.
You got to hit him with that patented DDT.
That person's got a sign that says justice for Sami. James Satella says MJF is Seth Rollins WWE Tag Team Champions. They could be the next Midnight Express.
Ooh, love the Midnight Express. Who is that?
James Satella says MJF and Seth Rollins WWE Tag Team Champions. They can be the next Midnight Express.
Yeah, except for Vince doesn't like tag teams, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Especially long enough to be a legendary tag team like the Midnight Express. Riddle gonna end it right here. No, Sami rolls him through.
Luna's like, I'm gone now. What? Why? Why are you leaving?
They gotta leave.
Don't leave. Don't leave me.
We got
Luna.
4 minutes left.
Don't leave. Don't leave yet. No. See you Monday. All right. Bye. See you Monday. Sophie says, it's funny AEW didn't hit 1 million viewers every
1,
week like a lot of
2,
AEW fans.
3. It's over. Riddle wins.
Riddle won it, and Paul looks happy. Matthew's like, moon bots. And Sophie's like, but AEW Dynamite was #1 in the key demo this week, though. Matthew's like, predictable. God bless Shia says, have a good weekend now. You too, God bless Shia. You guys be safe out there. Don't do anything crazy. We'll see you on Monday.
Riddle
Feels
won.
like
Now the
Tag
Usos
Team
are attacking Riddle.
Express sounds like a porn. Just saying.
The Riddle is being attacked by both Usos, Jimmy and Jay. There's just too much time left over. We got 3 minutes still. 2.5 minutes.
Yes. James says, well, it's good to see you both. I appreciate you both. See you Monday.
Woo, we
All right,
will be
James,
here.
thank you so much for coming in. Sorry about your mom. Sorry to hear about what's happening in your life.
It's terrible.
Just take your time, you know.
One moment at a time.
And that's it. We'll see you Monday if you come in, and if not, we'll hopefully see you again soon. But we'll be here Monday. Chief Detective Martha says, yep, I'm out of here. He goes like, you haven't eaten your people chili,
Oh, God.
though. Not even
Riddle's
a bite.
hitting him with a kendo stick.
He's like, put her on the
He
spit.
shattered it, the kendo stick, on the Usos.
Ew. Sophie says, so the match is taking place next week. Good. And Ayla's like, I'm not dead yet, Fat Lisa. Chief Detective says, I already did.
Laying out the bloodline.
He's like, I hate all of you.
I still feel like there's too much time left. There's like 2 minutes still.
Right? It's a weird...
It's like they're trying to cut off. What are they going to just show Riddle with his finger up the whole time?
Yes.
For 2 minutes?
Oh my God.
Or like
He's being driven by his love for Randy Orton.
For his partner, Randy Orton, because they're partners. So we did not get to see Max Dupree and his male model. They cut that.
I feel completely
Betrayed. Let down.
By WWE. The frustration is real with their stupid. Why? They're like, well, we have to cut something. It should be this. No, it shouldn't.
They're just going to show Riddle with the one finger up, by the way, which is the Usos thing.
And Matthew says, that was a nice cutter. And Chief Detective Martha says, I'm now full on off to do number 2. And you really don't want to know. No, we don't.
Oh, God.
We don't want to know whether it was eating chili or not. But thanks for joining us tonight, Chief Detective. You stay safe out there. Ayla's like, Matthew wants to know every detail. I bet he does. Gross. It's like he has a hard time saying words.
Yeah,
I
well,
really
he's always
can't stand
high.
him listening and him talking. I'm just like, why is he saying words? I feel like his words are all weird.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Who's afraid of the big bad black bat? Big black bat. That's it, right?
Yes.
It's like Matthew wants to, and Matthew's like, first the handcuffs. Joe's the New York Police Captain Cat's barfing face. Pickle's like, officially there's a game tonight. Will interfere with Rampage ratings. Good. I mean, oh, that's terrible. Okay. It looks like I fell asleep.
You didn't miss much.
But you didn't miss anything at all. Like, nothing. Don't even rewind it and see it. It's not even worth it. It was like, oh, my handcuffs to do number 2. Matthew's like, I heard there was also a gag order. It was like Matthew laughing. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for SmackDown. We really appreciate it. If you're a fan of Rampage, it should be on sometime tonight, I guess. I have no idea.
Rampage.
You guys take care out there. Pico, enjoy that burrito, that green chili burrito you're having there. I feel you could do better. I feel you could do better in my soul. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Monday for Raw. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. See you in, 72 hours. Bye-bye. A little less than that.